Coming up on the Nightly Review. The Fargo School Board will soon release more information on the firing of a teacher accused of inappropriate behavior with students. Help for struggling homeowners, how thousands of dollars will soon be available for mortgage assistance and other expenses. And how two women are accused of stealing millions of dollars in COVID relief funds. Hello and welcome to the Nightly Review. I'm Tom Tucker. We begin with a look at tonight's headlines and then the one-on-one conversation. My guest tonight is Robin Nelson. She is the only one of four incumbent Fargo School Board members seeking re-election to win re-election on June 14th. She's talking about several topics, including the role the Fargo Teachers Union played in this year's election. But first, in breaking news tonight, a man's body has been recovered from the Red River in Moorhead. Police announced the discovery this afternoon after juveniles found the body at around 12:30 Wednesday afternoon. The body was found near the shoreline, near the 1000 block of 7th Street North. Police say it appears the body had been in the water for a significant period of time. The man's name has not yet been released, and we're told an autopsy will be performed to determine a cause of death. The Fargo School Board is set to hold a special session tomorrow night at 7:30 to give more details into the recent decision to fire now former South High teacher Kevin Kennedy. The board is required to hold the meeting to deliver more information to the public on why Kennedy was let go. Kennedy earlier this year was accused of making unwanted physical contact with students and making inappropriate comments. Police in Fargo, West Fargo, and Moorhead say they responded to nearly 300 calls for service related to fireworks over the Independence Day weekend. We're told most of the calls did not result in citations, but were used as opportunities to perform what police call safety outreach. No injuries were reported in the area. A pair of Fargo police officers have completed their first solo shifts with the force. Officers Morgan Seminary and Tyler Poole completed the shifts, with both being graduates of the recent 2nd Fargo Police Academy. Officer Seminary is assigned to the night shift, while Officer Poole works days. Other officers from recent academy classes are also beginning to work solo patrols. Fargo police are mourning the unexpected death of former chaplain Pastor Calvin Thompson. Thompson began serving the department in February. Visitation will be held tonight at Northview Church in Fargo. A celebration service takes place at the church Thursday morning. We're told both services will be live streamed on Northview Church's YouTube channel. Sanford Health is hosting a pair of sports physical clinics to make sure young athletes are fit and ready to play ahead of the upcoming sports season. The sports physical clinics take place next Tuesday, July 12th and Thursday, July 14th from 3:30 in the afternoon until 6:30 at night at the Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Clinic off University Drive. Required immunizations will also be offered. A local employment expert says businesses in the FM Metro are offering higher wages and better benefits in their efforts to attract new employees.
It seems like it's impacted the lower end of the wage scale in the American economy more than any part of the wage scale. So that's a wonderful thing and a great opportunity for those that not too long ago were making, I don't know, say $10-12 an hour. Now they're making $18.
David Dietz, CEO of Preference Employment Solutions, says now is the time to find a new job in your chosen field. He also says it's a good time to make a move to a new industry if you're interested. Dietz made the comments while appearing on Bonnie and Friends on WDAY News First. A Moorhead road is closed after a water main break. The break happened early yesterday morning in the 1300 block of 2nd Avenue South. No word on how many homes are impacted by the break, and repair work continued today. The North Dakota Department of Human Services is rolling out a program to help struggling homeowners. The program aims to help homeowners with past due mortgage payments and to help with utility payments. Mortgage help can run as long as 6 months, with total assistance capped at $40,000. Homeowners facing foreclosure are also eligible to apply. Federal authorities in Minnesota are charging two women for allegedly stealing millions of dollars in COVID relief funds. Takesha Solomon and Takara Hughes are accused of defrauding Minnesota's Department of Employment and Economic Development, as well as other state agencies. Solomon allegedly made more than $4 million in fraudulent claims, while Hughes allegedly made at least $1 million worth. Both women are set to appear in court in St. Paul on July 15th. Well, if you find the Nightly Review a great source for all that is happening in the FM Metro and the surrounding region, please take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell button below to make sure you're always up to date. Well, some areas of the Red River Valley could be seeing a little rain over the next 24 hours. Meteorologist Justin Storm is in the Skywatch Weather Center with a look at the forecast.
Thanks, Tom. As we head through this evening, we will continue with partly sunny conditions. Light wind out of the southeast around 5 to 15. Tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance for an isolated shower or thunder shower favoring the northern valley with light wind and low temperatures in the mid-60s. We'll warm things back to the lower 80s on your Thursday. Partly cloudy out there, light wind with a slight chance for a few light showers in the evening. And we'll see another slight chance for a few pop-up showers or thunderstorms on Friday. High temperatures remain in the lower and mid-80s with a light breeze out of the southeast around 5 to 15 miles per hour.
It could happen to you or someone you love. One moment, one diagnosis can change everything. Thankfully, there's a program that helps caring people uplift families through a crisis. Lend a Hand Up, raising financial help and hope through community benefits and online campaigns. A program that boosts generosity so gifts go further. Lend a Hand Up helps you help your neighbors. Learn more and give at lendahandup.org.
Welcome back to the Nightly Review. My guest for tonight's one-on-one conversation is Robin Nelson. She's the only one of 5 members of the Fargo School Board who was re-elected to serve another term during the June 14th election. I first asked Nelson what the win means to her and how she thinks that came about.
I've been elected a couple times to Fargo School Board. I'm very humbled and grateful for our community support. What it means is we have a lot of work to do coming up here. My niche is kind of in the state legislature and our government affairs committee. So this will be a very important session upcoming here in January. We're going to be talking funding formulas, retirement plans, talks about teachers' credibility and professional judgment. So we need to be very involved in those. And I've worked very hard for several sessions with many of our legislators, and it's quite important to have relationships with both sides of the aisle because we're all working together to better our public schools in our state, and in particular, I represent the Fargo Public Schools.
You were the only incumbent to be re-elected. Talk about how and why you think that's the case.
A lot of it had to do, in my opinion, with teacher union endorsements. 2 years ago, there were 4 seats up, and they did not endorse any incumbents. And 3 of their endorsees were elected, and 1 incumbent that wasn't endorsed. And the exact same thing happened this election. So, you can speculate all you want with elections, but that's kind of my story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't know what else to say. But, basically, if you get enough votes, you get to serve for another 4 years on the board.
Things for the school board were at times contentious over the past couple of years, especially with issues pertaining to mask mandates for students and other policies related to COVID-19. And there was also a failed recall attempt. When you look back on these issues, what comes to heart, what comes to mind?
Oh, it was the roughest couple of years I've ever had on the board. Very contentious. Parents were very involved, which is a good thing. But coming through it, it really speaks to public schools are such a vital part of our society. They provide such a great service to our community, and people care about public education, and we need to continue to support it. I am one that will always fight to support the Fargo Public Schools and our students to succeed. My style is not really to get in and tear down the system from the inside out. And hopefully that resonated with our voters, and apparently it did enough for me to be reelected.
What are some of the things you're now looking to focus on or accomplish during your next term?
Well, I personally can't accomplish anything without the majority of the board. So I am one voice, so I bring my voice and perspective to the board itself. But again, where I can lead probably the most, have the most impact is in the state legislative process, and work Right now, the majority of schools are funded through the state. Things are tight. We can't raise taxes. Our voters approved so many mills that we can levy. So we simply have no more money. And we want to stay competitive in paying our teachers competitively in this market, which we all know. Our job market now is increased pay dramatically, but we also need to be able to do that for our teachers while keeping their workloads manageable. And so it's going to be a tough balance, but we're dedicated to do it. And really, I've always fought for smaller class sizes, which also means it's easier to build relationships with those teachers. And then it also keeps their workloads smaller, and it's just better all the way around for student achievement. So hopefully we can continue to do that, but we're going to need our state legislature's support, and then also our local taxpayers' support.
And I'd like to thank newly re-elected Fargo School Board member Robin Nelson for joining me for tonight's one-on-one conversation. We wish her all the best serving in her next term. Nelson also serves as the CEO for the Boys and Girls Club of the Red River Valley, with that organization now celebrating 50 years of service. Well, that will do it for this Wednesday night, July 6th, 2022. I'm Tom Tucker. Thanks for watching the Nightly Review.